Hello and welcome here to the Forest, Sweden's Expo 2020 pavilion. Today, our focus is on smart society. Now, a smart society is more than just digital solutions. A smart society harnesses innovation from science, academia, business, industry, and governments to deliver solutions that are sustainable for the planet and for everybody who lives here. Now, Sweden has a big ambition. Sweden has a commitment to being a nation of knowledge that accelerates business competitiveness and creativity. Sweden's goal is brave and it's bold. It's to bring together business and industry to reach net zero targets and UN Sustainable Development Goals. Today I'm speaking to two game-changing Swedish companies, Hitachi Energy and Ferroamp, who are already leading the world with smart energy solutions. Now let's take a quick view at what Hitachi Energy are doing to accelerate the green energy transition.
We are committed to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, and through our own Sustainability Strategy 2030, we are contributing to progress, planet, people, peace, partnerships. We are creating innovative technologies, building a flexible, resilient, reliable, and sustainable energy system for our generation and those to come.
Well, we all know that Sweden is leading the way with fossil-free energy, but that is just part of the story. Now, today I'm joined by Björn Jernström, founder and CTO of Ferroamp, and Johan Söderström, head of regions Europe, Middle East, and Africa of Hitachi Energy. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me start with you, Björn. Ferroamp are revolutionizing energy distribution networks. And what was the catalyst for Ferroamp's technology, and how does it work?
I think the catalyst was, and still very much is, sort of the perfect storm where we see the price of solar cells and wind power coming down, electric car sales are booming. I mean, more than 50% of new car sales in Sweden now is electric. And we also see the battery business growing rapidly to handle all of this. But this doesn't, I mean, all of this is great, but it doesn't come without challenges, like the sun doesn't shine during the night and the local electric grids aren't capable to charge all the electric cars. And that is essentially where our technology come in, to create a local system to manage and to balance this, to allow you to charge your car without problem, to reduce the cost for your electricity, and to provide energy security. So that is essentially, in a nutshell, what we do.
Okay, super. And Johan, Hitachi Energy is already a world leader in electricity transmission and distribution solutions, and that touches all industries. How do you drive innovation in that environment?
I think innovation has always been in the forefront for us as a company. What's great now is that we co-create a lot with partners. We see a lot of partners coming out of Sweden today. We have a relationship with almost all these companies co-creating, but also here locally in UAE, where we have a fantastic leader, Dr. Mustafa Al-Ghaziri, standing there with his dream team. And we can then provide innovative solutions like supplying then our value proposition to the biggest solar plant in the world, Al Dhafra, as one concrete example. So we have the luxury of co-creating, innovating every day.
And co-creation and innovation is key to what we're doing and what Sweden are inviting the world to do. But for many of us, the complexities and the challenges that are facing us are kind of hard to understand, but Swedish companies seem to be kind of at the forefront of that. And what does Ferroamp and Hitachi Energy's impact look like beyond Swedish borders? Okay, start with you, Johan. Sorry, Johan.
Start with
yes,
me?
Yes.
Okay, Hitachi Energy, we are 38,000 great people all over the planet, and we have about 4,000 in Sweden. We have strong Swedish roots. We have the Center of Excellence for High Voltage Direct Current to transmit current with low losses throughout the world. We have also a Center of Excellence for Power Quality and Network Management. And about 95% of what we do in Sweden is going for export, where we co-create and collaborate with our colleagues worldwide and also with customers. So I think the local piece and the global piece coming together, and then innovation.
Okay, and Björn, what about Ferroamp? How are they kind of making an impact on the global stage?
So, I mean, if we look outside Sweden, the the main drivers are essentially the same in a lot of countries on Earth. If we talk about the rapid expansion of solar cells, energy storage, electric vehicles. So in that sense, the technology is quite similar, but the incentives and the financials and the way that you set up the system might be slightly different, but the underlying technology is the same. But I would say that one of the really exciting key things with our technology is the able to provide electrification in, for example, developing countries. Unlike that we have done in the industrialized world, where we start to build huge power plants and transmission and distribution, and we need to spend billions before we can deliver our first kilowatt hour. We can essentially envision using our technology that you have a family, they start with some solar cells, and they connect it to their neighbor who invests in a battery, so then they have access to electricity 24/7. They extend that to the local bakery and share electricity with them. So essentially you get an electric grid which is built organically, bottoms up rather than top down. And I think this is really something that makes me really excited about this technology.
Yeah, it seems like it's a really practical impact to people who are actually dealing with the major causes of climate change.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about the race towards net zero, what do smart energy solutions do to contribute to that goal? It's a big question, so we'll start with you, Björn.
Yeah, I think that, all of these technologies, we already have a lot of technologies that we need. Of course, we need a lot more different ideas, but I think that smart technologies optimize these things so that they become a little bit more cost-effective, a little bit more attractive, adds more functionality, and that will encourage people to invest in these new technologies. So I think that building a good business case, improving everything a little bit by making things smart is really key to making a real expansion of these technologies.
And Johan, Hitachi.
I think energy and electricity is going to be the backbone of the energy transition. Energy and electricity is needed within all parts of building a great society, being it ports, airports, being it rail, the whole transport sector, being it e-mobility with vehicles, being it microgrid solutions where Ferroamp is really great, being it bigger scale of grid infrastructure projects with utilities, etc., industries that's decarbonizing, etc. It's happening all over the place. So everyone wants to talk to companies like Ferroamp and us and really partner and really make it happen.
When you stand side by side here together and talk so passionately about smart energy, what is your vision for the future, and how can the next generation change the trajectory of the green transition?
I can start. Our purpose is simple but difficult to fulfill. We want to advance sustainable energy for all, but we also want to live the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We believe that transparency is important to know where you are and improve and really be humble as well, because we are where we are in the world when it comes to the net zero race right now. But we also want to push for diversity and inclusion a lot. We believe that the young generation coming now, they have digital and sustainability in the DNA, so we give young people a chances. We have a lot of partnerships with academia, with universities, but also schools on lower ages, and we really stimulate the kids to come in and join us in the forward movement.
Interesting. And Björn, what can you add to that?
Yeah, first of all, I totally agree, and I think that, when it comes to, I look quite bright on the future, because we have solar energy, we have energy storage, we have electric vehicles. These are important technologies that exist, they work, and they are profitable. We just need to do more of them, and then of course we need a lot of other inventions as well. And I think that, and this is the most important thing I will say today. For all you young people, for all you kids out there, I would say go and study sciences, engineering, electrical engineering, power engineering, computer science, mathematics, chemistry, social engineering. It doesn't really matter, but these are areas and these are places where we are likely to find the solutions to battle climate change and a lot of other problems humanity is facing. And in doing so, you will be the true heroes of our time.
That's fantastic advice.
That's good. I agree fully.
Now, we're standing here in a site of where 192 nations are represented, a global village. What has inspired you about being here at Expo 2020?
As I said, we are very strong locally, and we are local and global everywhere. Nobody speaks good English in our company, but we're co-creating and collaborating with everyone, and we always learn new, and we will pick up new learnings during the Expo as well. We are, as we speak, and we will also join new collaborations as we speak. Probably do more with Ferroamp as well.
It's nice to hear.
No, I think it's been really exciting to be here at the Expo, and the way I see it, a lot of the pavilions here is sort of touching up on energy and climate change, and we have this entire sustainability district. So I mean, it shows that climate change is really one of the top agendas here at the Expo. So I think that is really inspiring to see that it's not just technology nerds that talk about these things. This starts to be something which is commonplace, and a lot of people have this on their mind.
Okay. I've got another question for you. Sweden has asked the world to join them to pioneer the possible. Can you kind of talk me through what that means for Hitachi Energy?
I think I told you that we are 4,000 people in our organization out of Sweden and collaborating with the rest of the world. We have a fantastic support from Business Sweden, the whole team Sweden, when it comes to IKEA and SEK on the financing side, on Business Sweden, and also the government and other stakeholders. So it's really great that we still are perceived with our Swedish roots also to get the support from the other companies and stakeholders. We really like that. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think when it comes to innovation, I think one important thing is that you have to dare to fail, because otherwise it's a bit of a challenge. And I think that Elon Musk actually phrased this quite well, that he said that if things are not failing, we're not being innovative enough. And I think there's quite much to that. So there has to be headroom for failures.
Absolutely, that's really important. And we talk a lot about collaboration. I mean, when you talk about collaboration and you come to a new region and you work with new partners, what are your ambitions and what do you hope to achieve for each of those collaborations?
Number one, we are not new here. We've been here many, many years, and we want to stay here many, many years as well. But one example I have from this region is that we were the first one now to start to connect Middle East and Africa with the Saudi-Egypt high-voltage direct current link, with fantastic work from many people sitting here in Dubai, but also in Saudi and Egypt, but also the global team and the people in Sweden as well, also supported by Business Sweden and others in that strive, making people having a clean electricity and fulfilling one of the important SDGs, number 7.
Excellent. Björn, how does collaboration work for you guys at Ferroamp?
I mean, that's extremely important for us because we are a small company. You were 38,000, I think you mentioned. We're close to 60 people, so we're a little bit smaller. So I think that collaboration is extremely important. We cannot provide all the solutions that our customers want, so we need to find partnerships, we need to find integrations to other products, other systems, and find partners in order to help us expand.
Amazing. Well, we're nearly out of time, so I'm just going to ask you one very short question. If you wanted everybody here today to remember one thing from their visit to the Swedish pavilion, what would it be?
You start.
I would say that we see a lot of the technologies that we need. So solar energy, energy storage, electric vehicles, they are really here to stay, and they are important parts of the solution. So go home and buy some solar cells for your house.
Fantastic.
Possible to save the planet. Release the energy and let everyone play.
Amazing. Thank you so much both for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody online and here today. And from all of us here, thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
Goodbye.